Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Leland here at Keller Williams Realty and Jordan Bennett and Associates. So in today's video, let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to actually cover quite a few bits of information that I think would be most valuable to you. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So yes, today is the Orange County real estate market update plus the national real estate market update. What we're going to look at is number one is a then versus now, the Great Recession data versus today. What that looks like nationally and locally, and then the potential cost of waiting. So let's jump right into this. Okay, so here's a snapshot of the year-over-year changes in key metrics across the nation. So you can see that showings are actually up about 50%. Yeah, showings, going out, looking at homes are up about 50% across the nation. Purchase applications for properties are up 40%. And then inventory, yeah, look at that inventory graphic right there. Inventory is down 52% across the nation, and we're gonna get more into that here in a little bit. Okay, so a question that has come up recently is, are we seeing a cash out refinance crisis like we saw back in 2006? Let's talk about that. Okay, so home equity cashed out by refinance in billions. Back in 2006, it was 321 billion. And last year in 2020, that number was 153 billion. Tappable equity of U.S. mortgage holders is actually surging. So right here, the definition for tappable equity is the amount available for homeowners to access before hitting a maximum of 80% combined loan to value. So back in 2006, there were right under $5 trillion of tappable equity here in the U.S. And then obviously last year, it's surging above 7 trillion. I think it's 7.3. We're gonna look at some more data and how this all makes sense here in a little bit. But that's what we saw for tappable equity and where that's at. Regarding cash out refinances, 2020 was nothing like 2006. You can see again, just what we covered, tappable equity in trillions was 4.6 trillion in 2006. Last year, it was 7.3 trillion. And then to the far right of the graph, you can see 7% of that tappable equity was used back in 2006, and only 2% of tappable equity of that 7.3 trillion was used last year in 2020. So here's a great quote from the Wall Street Journal, and it's quote, "The residential real estate market is on its biggest tear since 2006, just before the housing bubble burst and set off a global recession. Yet in nearly every meaningful way, today's market is the inverse of that previous boom. In the mid-2000s, loose mortgage lending standards enabled borrowers with poor credit histories to purchase homes beyond their means, sometimes with mortgages that required low payments in the early years of the loan." Wall Street Journal. So now, is this time like last time? Let's go ahead and look more deeply into this. So product risk versus borrower risk. So you can see that actually products were more risky, mortgage products were more risky back on those years leading up to 2006, 2007. So you can see in the last several years, there's been virtually no product risk regarding the mortgage products that were given out. Inventory. So on the lead up to 2008, you can see that inventory was actually climbing across the nation. And right now, inventory has actually been declining across the nation since 2000, from this chart shows from 2017. Obviously, we're anemic. If you're shopping anywhere in the country right now, you're probably experiencing this firsthand given the low inventory. Year over year change in home equity, you can see on average, California is up $55,000. Nevada, $21,000, Arizona, $36,000, Texas, $12,000, Washington State, $47,000, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here's a neat chart that was put out by the American Community Survey and CoreLogic. And right now, the average gain in equity of mortgage homes is $26,300. The current average equity of mortgage homes is $204,000. Remember, these are averages across the nation. And then 38% of all homes are owned free and clear. and there's been an increase in equity totaling over $1.5 trillion. Okay, so let's now go more specific into Orange County then versus now. Right now, we're going to segment into and look at inventory, demand, and interest rates back then versus today. Okay, so this is a lot to look at. So feel free to pause the video if you want to look more at this closely. But the bottom line on this chart is that inventory was almost 18,000 homes available. Inventory was almost 18,000 homes for sale in all of Orange County back in 2007. And less than 2,000 homes per month went pending during this time. Today there are just a hair above 2,000 homes available for sale in all of Orange County. More than 3,000 homes are pending per month and climbing. So what happens with prices when we have very high supply and very low demand? Right, prices go down. But what happens when we have very low supply and very high demand? Right, prices do go up. So I'll leave that here. Feel free to pause that video. Okay, let's look at interest rates. So back in, let's see, this is from Primary Mortgage Market Survey from Freddie Mac. Back in June 28th, 2007. So back in June 2007, mortgage rates were 6.67%. And then today, mortgage rates are, this says 3%, but right now, as of recording this, they're right around 3.125%. So you can see just, what's driving this demand. Not only is it low inventory, but obviously mortgage rates are really low. And what we're about to see, when you have a low mortgage rate versus a higher mortgage rate, obviously that's going to affect the payment, which we're about to look at. Okay, so the potential cost of waiting. This is based on an estimated 1% appreciation per month of what we're currently seeing in the local market in Orange County. And then also this is with looking at the projected rise of interest rates based on Freddie Mac's projections. So here's just a screenshot from their website. You can see that they're projecting rates to be by 3.7, right around 3.7% by 2022. Okay, so if you purchase a home today at $875,000, and if you were to put down 20%, like in this example, your payment today at 3.125% would be about $3,000 per month. Now, if you were to purchase a home in December, based on an expected forecasted 8% appreciation, 1% per month from now until December, that same home will cost you $945,000. You put down the same 20%, which would bring that mortgage amount to $756,000, and then your payment at that projected 3.75% mortgage rate would be $3,500. That would be a monthly cost more if you were to buy later this year of $500 compared to prices today and compared to mortgage rates today. And then in addition, that would be an annual cost of $6,000 per year based on getting that higher rate and based on prices continuing to appreciate. Here's just the resources if you wanted to take a look at that. So that is it. I know that is a lot of information. That is the short and sweet local and national real estate market update. If you or someone you know has any questions about your situation and potentially selling a house, buying a home, or investing in real estate, obviously reach out to me, and my team and myself would love to serve you at the highest level. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.